Okay, today we'll be talking about CSS text element. So what is a CSS text element? A CSS text element allows us to apply certain styles on a text. It allows us to give specific styles on a text that cannot be applied to another text or the environment of that text. With that aside, let's go straight to code. So here we are in our Visual Studio Code, and I already prepared this short p tag, so that we use it to practice. So we are going to style this using CSS text element. And the first thing we are going to do here is to right click somewhere and open with Live Server. So this is the last project we made on these special characters. So here the first CSS text element we are going to learn is the strong element. So inside the strong element, any text we put here will be stronger or will be more bolder than other text within that environment. And then let's try something like hello, and then hit Ctrl S to save. So if you go back to our real website, you will discover that the word hello is more bold than other text within this line. And let me just go down to add a space here and then add another space here. So if I save it, then you discover that that hello is more bold than any other text within that environment. The second CSS text element we are going to learn is the U tag. So if you come somewhere in this place and then put a U tag and then put another word, hello, and then save, you will discover that this line, this word has been underlined. So that is a use of U tag. It helps us underline words in CSS while styling text. So the last text element we are going to learn in this video is the span tag. The span tag does the same thing as the U tag and the strong tag. But the difference why we prefer the span tag is that the U and the strong tag comes with a default setting. So adding other styles to that same setting will sometimes make it to reset the default setting. So we use the span tags regularly because it comes with no style, and then you have to configure it on your own text. So let's go and clean everything in this place, and then we set up what we want to use. So here we are going to, let's select this word, those two words, and then bring them into this span tags, and then hit Ctrl S to save. So if you actually come here, there is no difference. But then here we are going to use the class attribute, CSS class attribute, to style it on our own text. So we come here and we are going to add a class of span here. So if we add a class of span, then we go back to our CSS code and then write dot to target the class element and then span. So we put a curly bracket, divide it, and then say color, and set the color to red. So if you come here, you will discover that the shop has changed its color. Shop now has changed its color. So if you want to add more CSS to it, we can put something like text to the collection and we make it underline. Then if you come here, you will discover that our text has been underlined. So with a span element, we can achieve a lot with span element without tampering with the original default setting of the text element. So now let me remove everything here and then we make a proper styling on this. So what we are going to do here, we will change this background to blue and then select blue, save. So if you come here, you discover that the shop is now blue. Then we will add more CSS type. However, I want to remind you that once you use the span element, every other CSS rules has applied. So we come here and then say dot span column hover and a curly bracket. We divide it and then we add something like text decoration and then we make it underline, then save. So if you come back here in our real website, you discover that if you hover on this, it will bring underline the text. If you hover on this, it will underline the text. And then if you go back and add more text, like cursor, and we make the cursor equals to pointer and save. So if we go here again, you discover that once you go there, the cursor will check pointer. So virtually almost all other CSS rules have applied, but this is the best way of targeting text within that environment so that it will not affect other text within here. Only the selected one will be affected. If you have watched this video to this point, please do well to give it a thumbs up for more updates. See you in my next video.